Hey everyone, it's Desiree and I am here, yes, with Spellbinders again. And for this project, we are going to feature the amazing Paper Grace Die of the Month. So for this one, it's not a vignette, but for this one, you got a lot of different possibilities here. So we're going to make a card, and we're actually going to take this piece and cut this up, but you can see this is your base. So we've got this really cool square shape. Then you've got this part here. You've got your square, and then this section actually comes out as well. And it's a beautiful, just beautiful die cut, a beautiful filigree that, or flourish, however you want to call that design. You have your four centerpieces here that will, if you keep this piece and just put these in here, will give you the cutouts in the section, or this will give you a solid piece. You have a spare one. If you just want to cut a single image, some nice corners that will give you that same beautiful design. This will actually create a rosebud that you will die cut, and you have a leaf, and I'll actually show you how to make those roses. They're really pretty. Lots of dimension when you make those, okay? And then you've got these pieces here. Now, what I see for these pieces are corners. So when you would die cut them, you would fold them in half, because I am seeing a box top for this piece. No, we're not going to make that, but it's just another idea. Now, this is called the Lattice Petal Foldover, but this would be really cool if you folded it over your card panel. So many possibilities with this. So there are a total of 14 cutting dies, and as always, you will get on your card some inspiration for on the back side as well. So as always, I'm going to be taking care of my die cutting off camera, get that all ready, and let's build our project for today. Okay, so let's get started. So what I've done is I took the large die and I cut that out, and then I cut off the two ovals on either side, or opposite of each other. There is a score line along there, or an embossed line that I just cut along. And then I did the same thing with that same piece with the scrolled cutouts in each of the corners as well. And again, I cut along that score line. I'm going to take the lighter teal, the lighter aqua, and place that on top using my liquid adhesive. And then I used the square die and cut that out from a silver shimmer cardstock. And I'm going to use my double-sided foam squares to prop that up and put that in the center. Now, the two ovals that I have, or the two cutout scrolled areas, I'm going to adhere them on the top and the bottom that they were cut from. Now, since I raised the silver square up, you really want to make sure that you use a liquid adhesive, and it's a fast grabbing one. So art glitter glue, the Barely Art glue, and I think the tacky glues would work as well. But you do want to make sure that you just hold that down just a little bit and put that crease, you know, push down into that crease, or else it's just going to pop off. Because again, I'm trying to come up over that raised area there. Then I took some of the silver shimmer and I just placed that. I didn't place an outline, you know, with the other piece. I just wanted that cutout inside of that silver, and I'm using those two discs that I had cut off from the teal, and I'm going to just adhere that along the bottom. I had put glue around it when I went, whoops, that was a boo-boo. So I just quick wiped it up. And I'm going to cut around that like we trim the sides of our cards, just taking my time. going around that. But I didn't want the scroll to be completely adhered. I like the way that it lifts up a little bit. So you don't have to add your double-sided foam tape or anything like that. But it just gives a little bit of dimension. It's like little tiny wings coming off of those. And I'm just going to do the same thing for the second one. Now, I have a longer piece of silver, and that's fine, because it's not going to be seen, and I can use that for my glue. That is going to be tucked in behind, but it's going to come out a little bit. Now, you could have brought this out further if you wanted to, but I just wanted that hint of that silver coming out from the back of this piece. So the sides are going to be raised just a little bit, but it doesn't cause too much of crookedness. Let's go with that. In this die are these flowers. Now they are scrolls. So I grabbed one of my quilling tools. Now I know the Tool-in-One, they have those attachments as well, and you probably already have one of those. And all you want to do is just roll it along that form, and you will get this adorable little rose that's just folded up on its own. So I did 5 of those, and then I also cut out some of the leaves. I cut out a bunch. And I'm just placing those down. So I'm going to put one down, set down on the lower left-hand corner of the square, and then the upper right-hand corner. So again, I'm using those tweezers because they are perfect with that point to get the right placement of where you want your pieces to go. So I'm just going to set those down. And then, since the flowers, remember, they have that flat base, because as you turn that, you have that end where you can just put glue, and then when you press it down, it'll just hold everything there. I'll be able to, it'll give you a good base to add your adhesive so that you can put your flowers down in these areas. And these flowers are great. Now, again, this is adding a lot of dimension to your card. So I would definitely, you want to get a bigger envelope. And I would probably put chipboard on the top and the bottom of it so that it doesn't get too squished. But this is definitely a card that I would hand directly to someone for their celebration. I'm going to put some adhesive in the center of the roses, and I have these beads. They're large seed beads. They're not the normal size seed beads. And they're like a clear with a silver down the center of them and the channel, and I'm just going to push those into those flowers. And then that is our piece. So we're not quite done yet. So we're going to put this onto a Slimline. So this is kind of like the entire focal point. I'm going to use my liquid adhesive on the back there, and I'm just going to set that down. Now my Slimline, this one measures, I'm sorry I'm making these noises here. My Slimline measures 3.5 by 8.5. And that fits just perfectly in there. I grabbed a piece of silver organza from my stash. I doubled it up, and I'm just going to tie these 2 flaps together. Now, you could use any sentiment in there. You could say congratulations, you could say happy birthday, you know, again, put them on a strip, and then you could just place that in there, and then they would untie this to see that message. I just like the look of this being tied, and again, giving it that dimension. You could put a message in there, but you can still also open up the Slimline and be able to write your message in there as well. So you've got all kinds of different possibilities for some little tiny notes. So I hope you enjoyed today's project featuring these Spellbinders Amazing Paper Grace Club Kit for August of 2021. Again, just a different way to put that together. As always, the links to their shop, their blog for more inspiration, and of course to all of their club kits that interact beautifully. They all kind of have that similar theme, so they work well with each other. Will all be linked down below. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe, be part of my group here, and hit that thumbs up if you like this video. And by all means, make sure you check out my Patreon account if you're interested for more longer, in-depth tutorials with a class-like setting. Everyone, enjoy your day. Continue to smile, but remember, always be creative each and every day. Take care, guys. Till the next video.